All right, everybody. Exciting times, episode 10. This is a pretty big deal. It only took us, I don't know how long to get here. This is going to post June. So we started releasing episodes
January 31st on William's birthday.
On January 31st, so technically February. So March, April, May, 4 months of this and 10 episodes in.
3 months. March, April, May. And this will be our first one in June, so that's not the full month.
No, it's not. So 10 episodes, and we're sitting with a special today. This is not a normal episode. Whitney and I were just sitting here talking about this, and I decided to go ahead and have our discussion bleed over onto the recording so that y'all could hear the thoughts on this. Today is going to be the Donut Special episode, because when this releases, National Donut Day will be the following weekend, correct?
It's going to release Sunday, June 1st.
Yeah.
And then National Donut Day is
The
6th. It's a Friday.
Oh, okay.
So less than a week later, and it's one of our favorite days of the year, and I'm so sad because we're not getting to fully embrace it because I think I work. But that's okay because you can go to Honeybee and get me some donuts to wake up to.
Yeah, it'll be fine. So we're doing the Donut Special, and this is going to be a national coverage of our donuts. We're not going to... We may not have a lot to say about some of these. We may have more to say about others. There's no telling how long this episode's going to be, people. We went through photos on Whitney's phone, and we made sure that I didn't have any photos that she didn't have. And, I mean, this is the full collection of donuts from our travels. And then I know for sure there's one from before our travels.
Yeah, Mary Lee Donuts.
Mary Lee Donuts is what we're going to start with.
It's what got my life started in donuts.
And then we didn't know how good we had it.
They're some of the best.
Until we started traveling. Y'all are about to hear something. I got to shut this window because there are too many noises coming in from outside. So get ready for some
you're going to get cold soon.
Background noises. All right, so that's closed now. All right, so let's... You want to go ahead and get started?
So just Mary Lee Donuts.
You want to get into this?
They're out of Baton Rouge. I don't even know how many locations they have.
We're starting in the southeast for those that are keeping up with the regions. So it's generically the southeast. It's going to get confusing when we get to the west because I have California split between the southwest and the northwest. I didn't do California or west coast. So California split between southwest and northwest. So we're starting in the southeast with Mary Lee and the greater Baton Rouge area. I put mostly Baton Rouge, but I know they have locations in other places. And if you're from there, you know where they are. If you're not from there and you're traveling to that area and you just want donuts, then just go to Google Maps and put in Mary Lee and it'll show you.
Not all locations are equal, though. Some are better than others. Like O'Neill is good, or at least used to be. O'Neill's good.
O'Neill is good.
Coursey used to be good.
I don't know. O'Neill's the only one that I know about.
It's been so long since we've been there. I don't remember road names. Greenville Springs used to be good.
Just go to Mary Lee. I think there used to be one on Florida, and I liked the one.
Oh, that's what I was thinking, Florida.
I went to the one on Florida, and I liked the one on Florida.
That's the one that we would stop at on my way home from tennis lessons in the morning a lot.
But I don't recommend many people go to Florida Boulevard, so I can't wholeheartedly recommend anyone go to Florida Boulevard for anything. I don't recommend
anybody go to Baton Rouge in general.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
If we're being honest.
Yeah. I'm wondering how much your mic is picking me up because it's pointed at me, but I don't know how to get...
Do you want me to spin it around to this side?
Well, I don't know because a lot of people, I think they're built so that people wear them on their shirts. They're not used to people clipping them on our hats like we're doing. So it's an omnidirectional mic. It picks up the sound from all directions, but it's pointed at me, so I'm just wondering how this is going to turn out with your mic pointed right at me.
We're using our new microphones for the first time, by the way, people.
Yeah, this is the first episode with the new microphones, so we're going to see how this goes. You can mess with it, it's fine.
I don't know how.
While Whitney messes with that, she can kind of talk about this in the background. The next one, I hope I put this in right, T. Moki. in Shreveport, Louisiana, that we went to on our way across the country. The first time we crossed the country going to California, right?
Yeah, 2023.
We went through Shreveport and Tea Moki, not the letter T, but tea like green tea.
Like boba tea.
Yeah, like boba tea. Exactly, boba tea. Delicious Moki donuts. I didn't leave a review, but I know we really liked it. I remember really enjoying that. I mean, we only went to 2 places while we were in Shreveport. We went to Tea Moki and we went to the brewery up there, 7th Tap.
Maybe this episode will make you commit to being better about leaving reviews.
Oh, it already has. It's already made me super upset because whatever I went to a minute ago looking for the review and it wasn't on there, I was kicking myself.
Yeah, but that was from a place like a week ago.
Yeah, I know. It didn't make... Oh, it was Donut Mill. And it's like no reason I didn't have that review made already. So yeah, Tea Donuts, Shreveport, Louisiana for Moki Donuts is really good. Next... that I know Whitney's going to have something to say about is in...
I don't think we've gotten any Moki donuts that we haven't enjoyed, have we?
No, we've all
Moki
of them.
donuts, and they're so hard to find.
They are, but they're always good whenever we get them. Asheville, North Carolina.
Whole
donuts. It's
fresh made to order.
Fresh made to order. They've got a little like truck outside, but they're not made in the truck. They're made in the building. And the last time we were there, you weren't allowed in the building. You had to scan a QR code and order online, and they filled orders as they came in. And it took us about 15 or 20 minutes to get our donuts. And they were really good. They're artisanal for sure.
And that's one of those places they only have like what, maybe 6 flavors or something. Am I remembering correctly?
If that.
Maybe 4.
I was thinking like 3 or 4.
So you kind of get what you get. You don't have a whole lot of choice, but...
We got 4 flavors whenever we went. I think we tried every flavor.
Yeah.
And I didn't take good notes whenever we did that, and I didn't leave a review. But they had like a sesame, they had a sugar cinnamon, they had a regular, and I think they had a glazed.
I do remember that there were 2 that we really couldn't tell what the difference was between the 2.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what they were, because this was...
But they're good. Like... almost any fresh made to order donut is good. Mini donuts are starting to test my opinion on that from some places, but whole is really good. I mean, whole, it's not a secret. Anyone in Asheville knows that Whole Donuts is good.
Super highly rated.
Super. It gets crazy busy, but it's really good. It's worth trying. Next is arguably one of our top 5. No, not arguably. This would be a top 5 favorite on the list.
Wait, 5 Daughters.
5 Daughters.
I'm a genius.
So Nashville, Tennessee. They also have a location in Franklin.
They have their farthest location is Atlanta.
Okay, but we're not worried about Atlanta. Atlanta has their own donuts.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, if you're in Atlanta, go to 5 Daughters.
Like, come on now.
So 5 Daughters is amazing. We go for... The filled cronuts are definitely our favorites.
Yeah, we've really stopped getting their... I mean, their salted chocolate is just
the salty chocolate is
good.
So hard to beat. We really enjoy it. That's the one we get every time we go.
I can't remember. Is their maple filled? Because we used to get their maple a lot. I think it is filled.
I think it's filled, but I think it's filled with like a vanilla buttercream. I don't think it's filled with maple. I think it's topped with maple and it's filled with like a vanilla buttercream, but I could be misspeaking completely.
I think we've gotten there just like glazed or like yeast raised like one time and never felt the need to get them again.
No, so we just get the salty chocolate or the chocolate salty filled cronut, which we really love. 5 Daughters is amazing. We enjoy 5 Daughters so much.
I'm excited for playing this game that I just came up with that you're gonna like lead me into what you're about to talk about, and I'm gonna see if I can figure it out.
All right, so the next one is your favorite donut holes.
Your favorite donut holes?
Your favorite donut holes.
In the Southeast, Sweetwater. I'm going to keep saying Sweetwater.
Tasty King.
I know, that's what I meant by Sweetwater.
So
because they have a location in Sweetwater, Tennessee, and is the other one in Athens?
Athens.
Oh, in Madisonville.
Well, they have
3
Tasty
locations.
King, Eastern Tennessee, Chattanooga, Athens, Sweetwater, and Madisonville.
They have a location in Chattanooga?
I put it in here, so they must. I don't know if there's another place that's called Tasty King, but I found a place called Tasty King in Chattanooga.
Was it the last time we went there that we discovered what they do with the donut? So Jake is obsessed with these donuts because his arguably favorite style of donut...
No, it's my favorite donut.
Even more than a delicious cake donut?
Well, and then you have apple fritters in there also.
So one of Jake's top donuts is a glazed yeast raised donut, then dipped in chocolate, which most places don't glaze their donuts before they dip them in chocolate.
No, they don't.
And Tasty King does this, so Jake's always obsessed. These donuts are always a little sweet for me, or have always mostly been too sweet for me, because it's just like a sugar bomb in your mouth. But the last time we went, did you just look at the counter and see him? Because I stayed out in the car.
Yeah, I walked in and I was going to get the just glazed, sugar glazed, chocolate covered donut. And then I looked in the display case and he had a paper dish of like, what, half a dozen or a dozen glazed donut holes.
Half a dozen or so, 6 or 8.
That he just smothered in chocolate. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'll take that.
Because you love donut holes.
Yeah. Like, I don't know where it came from, but recently I've just been super obsessed with donut holes. I think it finally hit me, like, you can just pop it in your mouth. You don't have to worry about, like, eating a donut and making a mess, because you always make a mess with the glaze.
You can pinch them with just 2 fingers and throw them in.
And pop it in. Yeah, it's so easy. And I was going to get a donut and the donut holes, and then I was like, I don't need the donut. This doesn't make any sense. Just give me the dozen donut holes that are already glazed and swimming in chocolate. And it was just so good. Their chocolate's so good. So that was a really neat discovery. That's what I get. This is a donut episode, but I'll get their kolaches every once in a while. Other than that, I don't mess with too many other of their donuts.
If you feel like you need some protein.
If I feel like I need some protein, but I also just love kolaches. Like a kolache with some yellow mustard is top tier for me. Or like OG sriracha sauce. Like, I'm talking 2007, 2008 OG sriracha sauce on a kolache is just like nostalgic vibes for me that almost nothing can match up with outside of a couple of other things. But besides that, I don't mess with too many other donuts from Tasty King. They do a lot of like fancy decorated donuts and they do some cakes, but all I really want whenever I go in there are my glazed chocolate covered donuts. The next one was one of our favorite discoveries.
Project Donut.
Yeah, Project Donuts in Manchester, Tennessee. Whitney, so...
That was just shockingly good. Was the first time that we went there the time that I refrained from getting anything because we were about to go for a run, and you got 2 donuts and ate 2 donuts, and then we went for like a 5-mile run, and you felt like...
Garbage.
Butthole the whole time?
Hot garbage. Yeah, I felt absolutely terrible. Great little spot. I would put Project Donuts up against almost anyone. It's just one of those really good donut shops.
It's, yeah, just like a traditional donut shop, but they do everything well. We didn't
really
ever
well.
get anything that we didn't enjoy.
No, the old-fashioned donuts are moist with a great crisp edge. The double chocolate devil's food cake donut was slightly dry, but I've also had another devil's food glazed donut, and it was a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
So that's kind of just hit or miss. We decided the cinnamon twist was a really great donut also. We had the cinnamon twist, one of the hikes that we went on, that we drank with a Treehouse Dark Check pills and another beer. You showed me the picture of it a little while ago.
Oh, it was a Japanese rice lager or something like that.
Yeah, but we loved Project Donuts. It was so good. It's worth, I would tell, I guess, a sane person, like a normal person, it's worth like a 1-hour drive to get Project Donuts. For people like us, if it was like find something to do in the area and make a day of it, I would drive 2 to 3 hours for these donuts. I was
going to say the problem with that though is, and our problem with that area was from Manchester, which is like southeast of Nashville by what, 2 hours?
It's not a hotbed of activities.
I was going to say we stayed there for a while, and from there we had to drive like an hour to get to any good hikes or anything good to do.
What I would recommend is make an entire day of it.
And eat donuts and tacos.
Yes. Get there early. Go get Project Donuts. Go walk around on the Greenway at the park over by the community center. Kill some time, burn off the donuts, and then listen to our year-end wrap-up for 2024. Listen to our taco/quesabiria day and just reenact our quesabiria day and then go home, because you're not going to need to eat again for 3 days, but you're going to have an absolute ball. Let's see. I'm not going to be able to give you anything for this one.
I mean, if we're still in the same area, Luna.
No, we're
No.
not in the same area.
Oh, we're moving?
No, I didn't organize it that well. The next one is, you're not going to remember the name. It's OMG Donuts and Bakery in Concord, North Carolina, that we discovered while we were attending
The Renaissance Festival.
the Renaissance Festival. I don't remember exactly what we got. I didn't leave a review, but I as soon as I saw the photo, when Whitney showed me the photo, I had a flashback to really enjoying the donuts. And one might have been like a citrusy, fruity kind of passion fruit.
What year was that? 20...
I don't know, babe.
That was when we were in
But
South
it looks like you got a
Carolina?
Boston cream filled, we got a chocolate covered, we got a glazed, and we got what in my memory is like a passion fruit. And they were really good. I enjoyed them very much. Like, I remember looking at the photo, I remember enjoying them, but I was not doing the best time taking notes, leaving reviews at this time. So if you're in the Concord area and you just need a donut recommendation, OMG Donuts and Bakery is where it's at.
Was it the first time we went to the Renaissance Festival?
We're moving on, babe.
Okay.
The next one is Boone, North Carolina. It's our only Boone, North Carolina mention. It's a coffee shop. Whitney's not going to remember it.
No.
Local Lion.
And did we see that that's closed?
Did we?
I feel like we did.
I didn't leave a note that said that
Or
it's
was it
closed.
something else that closed?
I
We were
left
looking.
a note for another one that's closed. I don't remember seeing. I don't think Local Lion's closed. Local Lion is a coffee shop with delicious coffee with good priced beans. They also do their own donuts, and I enjoyed their donuts. I went multiple times to get their donuts. What?
Is Local Line where? No, where was the? You're just gonna have to deal with this. Just deal with it, okay? Where was the muffin from?
The muffin was from Bread Boy. Bread. Yeah. Wasn't it? Was it? No, what was the name of the
Stick Boy.
Stick Boy, not Bread Boy.
You remember those muffins?
I do. Were they pumpkin?
Pumpkin streusel?
Yeah, they were really good. We liked Stick Boy. So
All we ever got was the muffins.
we're going to get away from donuts. I think even better than Local Lion, if you're in Boone, North Carolina, honestly, is Stick Boy Bakery. They have 2 locations.
Stick Boy Bread Company and Stick Boy Kitchen.
So they're both fantastic for Boone, North Carolina. Local Lion has good donuts if we're staying with the theme of the donut special for 2025. But
Just accept it.
Stick Boy is delicious.
I get easily distracted.
Next, I forget what day this was. I don't know if it was our anniversary or what we were doing this day.
The place that the
Your
mini donuts that didn't give us our
your Biscoff cookie crumbles.
Trying to make me angry.
Itty Bitty Donuts and Specialty Coffee in Nolensville, Tennessee. They were good. Fresh made to order mini donuts. They were expensive. And then it didn't help that we ordered the special for the day or for the week or whatever. That was a Biscoff cookie butter donut. And part of the upcharge was that it had crumbled cookie butter pieces on it. And they informed us that they were out of cookies, so we would have
No. They didn't even inform us. Are you looking at how loud I just got?
Yeah, I was waiting to see if you were going to
Max things out.
spike out your...
They didn't even inform us. They just sent our donuts out without the freaking cookies on them.
I think I left a review. I think they've been berated.
I was very peeved by that. Like, tell me and I'll get something different.
My notes say good, but Whitney is bitter, so... And she doesn't get bitter about a lot of
Can
things.
people tell?
Yeah, you spiked that real good there for a second.
My bad.
So another one is... Did you ever go inside with me? Super friendly Moki Donuts in a random building in...
Near Smyrna?
Yep.
Is it in Smyrna?
Smyrna.
I don't remember if I went in or if I just sat in the car.
Love for Boba, the number 4. Love for Boba Cafe in Smyrna, Tennessee. Really good Moki donuts.
Wasn't that the one where we only go once and we went kind of late in the day, so our selection was super limited?
Yeah, but even with what was super limited, we enjoyed everything we got. Like, we didn't get exactly what we wanted or what we were going in for, and I don't have a picture, and I didn't leave a review, but what we got, we really enjoyed.
We should have, when we were going through making this list, we should have been putting dates. Because I want to flip through and, like, look for the picture of stuff, but
Yeah, this is just too everywhere.
It's too much. We just eat too many donuts. Goodness gracious.
Now we're back to Luna Cafe, donuts and more, in Tullahoma, Tennessee, which is close to Manchester.
Yeah, it was like 30 minutes southwest, I think.
I wouldn't say that we didn't get as many here because it was 30 minutes away. We didn't go. We only went once. So I think Project Donuts is still the better donut shop. The thing at Luna Cafe that really blew us away was we got 3 miniature apple fritters, and they were so good.
That's the only place we've ever seen anything like that. It was like apple fritter donut holes.
They
like
were
bite
so
size.
good.
You could just pop them in your mouth. It might have been 2 bites. 2 bites for me, 1 bite for you, probably.
3 comfortable bites. It was stupid how good they were. Really, really, really good mini apple fritters. I said I'm sure the full size are equally delicious, but I honestly can't tell you because we didn't get one. We enjoyed the cinnamon twist. We really liked the cronut. The one thing that we got as far as donuts go that I would not recommend was the blueberry cake donut.
And we also decided that we liked the Project Donut twist more than the Luna
the Project
twist.
Donut twist was so good. I mean, Project Donut's the one worth traveling for. I don't know if I would tell anybody to travel for Luna Cafe. The apple fritters were really good, so yeah, maybe. And the cronut was really good, but Project Donut was just so solid.
But I also feel like, and I could be wrong, I'm trying to pull up maps real quick, Tullahoma might be a little bit closer to some decent hiking because it's down by that big reservoir that we went and walked at a couple times.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're going to travel and you want to be closer to some decent walking, you might be better off at Luna Cafe.
Maybe. But in that case, you're 30 minutes away from Project Donut, so you don't have an excuse not to go.
Just get both.
Now we're moving slightly further west, but still in the southeast. We're going to Hot Springs, Arkansas. When Whitney and I were, again, traveling across the country, headed for California, we stopped in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and we went to Golden Raised Donuts. And the 2 places in Hot Springs that we have are both pretty highly regarded. I think these are the 2 big donut shops in the area, but the first one is Golden Raised Donuts. The glazed cronut was delicious. I said we would not get the yeast again. It was probably just the glazed yeast, and I didn't say why, but we would not get the yeast again. The glazed cake was good, and we did not enjoy the old-fashioned.
I don't have anything to add.
Okay. Delicious Donuts is the other spot in Hot Springs, Arkansas. I said not good apple fritters. I think I remember they were oily and tough, like just not good apple fritters at all.
But I'm guessing you didn't leave a review.
I didn't. Delicious old-fashioned donuts and twists. And then I said that...
Oh, you have a note.
Yeah, I'm literally reading the note right now.
Oh.
Not good apple fritters, delicious old-fashioned twist, bready, chewy, brioche-like yeast. Would get again. Would not get the blueberry cake again. But that's about all we can say about it.
And then do you remember we also went to Shipley's and just wouldn't... I won't go back to Shipley's. It was fine.
Oh, I remember that now that you say that. But yeah, it didn't make it into this episode except for that little mention.
And then can we just, real quick, because I'm looking at maps.
Yeah.
What else are we going to recommend in Hot Springs?
Say it. I don't remember the name of it. I looked at it a little while ago and I don't remember the name of it.
Morrison's Fried Pies?
Morrison's.
Yeah.
Morrison's Fried Pies. I would
Little hand
recommend
pies.
little
They're
hand pies. I would recommend these over any donut that you're going to find in Hot Springs. The
They're
old man
German
is
chocolate.
amazing. Yeah,
He wants some friends. He
he
likes to
needs.
talk.
He
We
gets
talked for
bored.
what, like 10 minutes, and
He gets bored with the kid in the truck with him.
as we were like backing away, he just kept talking, and we just were like there for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
But
and
oh my god, that was the German chocolate filling fried pie. Oh,
Yeah.
it was so good. I'm
Everything
still going to
was so
reach out
good.
to him one day and ask for that recipe.
We didn't get anything from Morrison's fried pies that we didn't like. Absolutely the best food in Hot Springs. What?
Nothing. We're not going to talk about it.
All right, so we're going to go quickly through this next section. Whitney and I decided that we weren't just going to do the likes and loves, but we're also going to throw out some stuff that we didn't enjoy so much. So for the area, we're going to go through this quick. Not recommended.
When you say for the area, are you saying just the Southeast in general?
For the Southeast in
Okay,
general.
because I was going to say, I just pulled up Sugar Llama's Little Rock, the little mini donuts that the dude was like, we're going to load them up. You
no.
won't even be able to tell that they're ugly.
No, I'm not even worried about that. Probably the most controversial on this list, like in total for the entire list, is going to be us saying that we do not recommend Ralph's Donut Shop in Cookeville, Tennessee. Podunk little. Well, I don't mean that in a bad way.
It's not Podunk. It's like a full-size city.
Yeah, but
They have a Sam's Club.
Yeah, I guess so.
They have a full-blown university.
The next on the list is another very large, well-known, and in the middle of an expansion across the entire country, Parlor Donuts.
Oh yeah, we weren't blown away.
Specifically Parlor Donuts in Nashville, but they're all the same donuts. So obviously people enjoy them because they're experiencing a national boom and expansion, but there are other options wherever they are that are better, that aren't a nationally expanding chain / brand. So yeah, do your part in supporting small and local businesses. And we're going to move on to the Northeast. And the first one in the Northeast comes from part of our donut day that we did in Portland, Maine. Whoa. Whitney's adding stuff to the list, making my phone go off. Let's go ahead and put our phone on silence.
I was wondering if you had, but I was committed.
No, I never silence it for recordings. I might start doing that after this. I'm wondering, I didn't go through my checklist. I'm hoping I got everything set up correctly for this episode. We're going to find out.
We're not redoing it if you didn't. This is it. This is our one chance.
The interesting donut from Portland, Maine. The most interesting for the day.
The potato donut?
Yeah. Do you remember the name of the shop?
Was that the Holy Donut?
That was the Holy Donut.
I'm looking at Portland right now.
We got a maple and a blueberry lemon. They had a crisp exterior and a super dense, moist, chewy interior that wasn't that different from a cake donut, and I love cake donuts. So both donuts had a lot of flavor. I enjoyed the maple especially. I think they were too much for Whitney, because you were nowhere near as big a fan of them.
They weren't too much. They just weren't what I seek out in a donut.
Them. I thought they were so good. If you like cake donuts, if you like a slightly crisp, not like crunchy or anything exterior, but just like a slight crisp, you just something you have to kind of like bite through, but not crunchy. It's not potato chip crisp or anything, and then just a obnoxiously moist and not heavy but dense interior. My mouth's watering just thinking about it.
I'm still butthurt about Hi-Fi donuts.
Mini donuts in Portland. Are you gonna remember? 88 donuts.
Oh yeah.
We got the 007 donuts. It was a maple icing with bourbon cream and candied bacon. Hot, fresh, made to order. These were fantastic. We were getting late in the day, and I was starting to feel it. I would have eaten these until I hurt myself.
I wanted to order another 6-pack, and you said no.
88 donuts are super good. The Portland, Maine trip was crazy. Portland, Maine has some really amazing donuts. We enjoyed 88 thoroughly. Just so good. Rest in peace, Hi-Fi Donuts.
No, they're gonna reopen.
They are working on reopening. Keep your eyes out. Follow them on Instagram. Pay attention. Give them business whenever they get opened. Hi-Fi Donuts was delicious. We got a... what kind of glazed was it? You have the notes for the day, so I don't know if you're
I do have
if
that.
you're not
Let
ready
me-
to go on that, then I don't know what to do.
No, I still have that saved
And then
in my
I think
notes.
we got a honey and lavender, if I remember correctly, cake donut that was really good.
We got a honey dipped yeast raised and a lemon and lavender lace cake donut.
Both were excellent. They were the last donuts we ate that day because I was hurting. And
I wanted to get more.
by the time we ate them and I realized how good they were, they had already closed for the day.
And now they're permanently closed.
And now
Sorry,
they're-
I need to keep myself under control.
No, you're fine. We're like, the more extreme we can make this recording, the better. Then I know what to possibly fix or how to target fixes in the next episode. So we're going to see. The only thing I'm worried about is bleed over from me onto your mic and you onto my mic. So we'll see. I don't know. This might be a tough episode for people to listen to, but maybe not. The next one is going to be, on our last contract, the donuts that you would go and get for us every once in a while that you had to get there super early for.
I don't remember the name of it, but the ones in Laconia, New Hampshire.
Goody Good.
Good donuts. Yeah,
Goody
dude,
Good
this
Donuts,
place.
Laconia, New Hampshire. Get there early.
I don't
if you're
remember-
not there early, you're either going to get nothing or you're not going to have that much of a selection.
I don't remember if they opened at 4 or 5 in the morning, but they opened stupid early. I would go after I get off work at 7:15, 7:30,
Quick.
and they would be almost sold out. But I do think she said that you could text the day
her
before.
card. She gave you her business card and said, just text me and tell me what you want, and we'll put a box together for you and hold it.
Yeah, so that was cool.
So there's
But
that. You can
their
do
donuts
that
were good.
for
I don't
sure.
remember what do we get from there.
I don't know. You got us a box of what looks like possibly 6 or 7. We enjoyed it. You went multiple times. Now we're moving away from Laconia and moving well north of that. Schutt's Apple Mill in Webster, New York. I preferred the cinnamon sugar from this place. What are they called?
Frido.
Frido. Because regional places just have their own names for things that are called something universally elsewhere. So
And if you say fried dough, which is what it technically is, you will be judged. It's
So they're-
just Frido.
it's just apple cider donuts, and you
No,
can get plain
not.
or you can get cinnamon sugar. I preferred the cinnamon sugar. Schutt's Apple Mill was delicious. My favorite thing from our contract in Connecticut.
I don't know. I just got distracted by Amy's app.
My favorite donut from our contract in New Haven.
That was so long
From the
ago.
grocery store. Punchkis, you fool.
I was working on it, you jerk.
Big Y sells punchkis. I don't know if they always sell punchkis.
Potchkies.
Punchkis. We're not
Polish-
having we're
Polish
not arguing
donuts.
about this. Punchkis.
That are only available around
Lint?
something like that. I'm not religious.
Super high fat, super calorically dense.
Yeah, it's just like a bigger extreme donut.
so good. Like more places do them, but we had a Big Y right up the road from us whenever we were staying there, and I was like religiously connected to Big Y whenever we were there, and I just randomly decided to get punchkis. I got raspberry. It's all coming back to me now.
Powder
I
sugar
got powdered
coated,
sugar,
raspberry filled.
punchkis, and they were so good.
Have we ever managed to find punchkis anywhere else?
No.
We've tried, but like between time of year and where we are, because they're only available at that time of year.
Since we've been there, the only person that I can think of that's been able to get a punchki was Mama, and it's when she was in the Northeast.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they got them from Big Y, didn't they?
I think so.
So, yeah, I wish I was more educated on punchkis to tell you where and how to get them.
But they're a Polish thing, so if you have like a Polish bakery or Polish community.
There you go. That's the education that I needed. The next one is going to be Wallingford, Connecticut, and Whitney's never going to get this.
This was a solid 4 years ago, so no, I have no idea.
Brecky Sammy's. It was one of our favorite places for Brecky Sammy's. It's a man's name. It rhymes with Schneal.
Niels?
Neil's Donuts in Wallingford, Connecticut. Bear Claws were really good. We enjoyed the Bear Claw. We got a twist from there. Best Bear Claws. Everything we get is delicious. The sandwiches, all the donuts, and the pastries. So Neil's was just a really solid spot. I think we went for sandwiches more than anything else, but the few times that we did get donuts or pastries, we really enjoyed them. All right. Probably definitely one of my all-time donut places. Colonel's Restaurant and Bakery, Northeast Harbor, Maine / Mount Desert Island.
I was going to say, which is on Mount Desert Island, which is the island that Acadia National Park is on.
/ Acadia. It made it on the best of 2024 list. There is no argument. These are the best cake donuts you will ever get. There's no, like, please correct me if I'm wrong. I will find a way to find whatever you think. And, like, don't just name your random little town donut shop and you've never had anything else. And you're like, these are the best cake donuts ever. And you've literally had no other cake donut. Colonel's Restaurant and Bakery is the best cake donut.
And it was so funny. Do you remember how we even discovered it? We had just gone for like a little
I remember exactly
hike,
how we discovered
walk,
it.
whatever, in that area. And then we were sitting there trying to figure out what we were going to do next. And I'm scrolling through maps. And me being the person that I am, I think I searched donuts on maps and this Colonel's Restaurant came up. So I started reading reviews. And the amount of reviews that said, like, these donuts are life-changing. Best donut I've ever had in my life. I was like, all right, well, we got to go check it out.
Well, and then I was judging it.
We were like,
people don't know what they're talking about.
We were like, this place isn't going to be that good. And then we went and we bought, I think, 2 to start. And then we walked back and got like 6 more.
By 2, you mean 2 types.
Did we get 4?
I don't know how many we got. The picture that I have is the picture of everything stacked up in the box, and it's like 10 donuts stacked up in the box.
We must have gotten 4 and then gone back and gotten 6 more.
I know we got the apple cider. I think I might have gotten a pumpkin.
Did they have apple cider?
We got chocolate and blueberry for sure.
Okay, I was going to say, I thought we got pumpkin, blueberry, and chocolate.
That might be it.
Because I don't remember
the blueberry
apple cider.
were as good as everyone said they were going to be. The chocolate were earth-shattering. The chocolate were so good. Worth every calorie. Just, we don't need to say anymore. It's just that good. This one, I don't have fond memories of this place, but I left a good review, so I think it was really just 1 or 2 donuts from this place that really rubbed me the wrong way, that gave me a really bad impression. The Angry Donut and Cafe in Newburyport, Massachusetts.
Oh, you left a review for that, or a note.
I did. Good donut shop.
That was the one that we threw the chocolate cake donut away?
Yeah, I was about to read my review, but it's essentially, we got 4 donuts. The 3 other that we got were all really good. I left a really good review about how good the cake, or how good the donuts were. But their chocolate cake donut was terrible. We threw it away. Their regular brioche donuts are fantastic. But yeah, just, I don't know. The chocolate cake donut was so bad that if I was that type of person, then I would have taken what was left of it after we each took a bite and set it back on the counter and told them I wanted my money back, because they could keep the donut and I would.
So dramatic.
I'd rather have my money. The donut was absolutely horrible. They should be fined for selling that donut.
And see, now because we're close, I want to talk about Kim's.
We're getting there. I promise.
Kim's
is the next one on the list.
Can't we just talk about Kim's now?
Kim's is the next one on the list.
Kim's Donuts in Lowell. I don't know if it's Lowell or Lowell.
Lowell.
Also in Massachusetts. Was
Lowell,
a random find when we were driving to our job in New Hampshire.
Made it on best of 2024.
Oh, these donuts were so good.
Yeah. Kim's was amazing.
It's another one of those. Vietnamese or Korean?
They are
Vietnamese?
So they are what's the word? Migrants?
Oriental?
No. Migrants. Immigrants. Yeah. So they're just immigrants that came to America and decided that the best outlook they had for making a living was opening a donut shop, and In their mind, opening a donut shop means making the best,
Some of the best donuts
darn
ever.
donuts they could make. I think it's in like Koreatown, or it was in like an Asian part, not Hispanic. It was in an Asian part of town.
Yeah, there were a lot of like Asian shops around that area.
So Kim's Donuts is really good. There's another.
Just a standard donut shop.
Yeah,
Just traditional, nothing fancy, but just so
think
good.
donut shop.
Everything.
You're not going to go in there. They don't have like, it's not $5. They don't have $5 cronuts or anything like that. You're going to go in and get whatever donuts you get, and it's going to be like $8 or $10 for a box of donuts.
And then they'll probably throw in an extra thing or two.
If it's late in the day and they have stuff, they're going to give you something. But it was so good. Kim's is amazing. There's another donut shop we have saved in that area that I think people recommend more.
Donut Shack. We haven't been.
I would tell other people to go to Donut Shack so that you and I can go to Kim's.
But we do need to go try Donut Shack.
I don't know if I would. We'd have to go to
get
both.
both.
Okay.
There's nothing. Don't act like we've ever pretended to not be able to go to 2 donut shops in one day.
One of the best apple fritters of 2024. One
North
of the best
Country.
North Country
Is that
Donuts.
right?
Yeah, in Morrisville, Vermont.
Way up there in
This
Vermont.
was an epic discovery.
It's like a super, I want to say, kind of niche place. It's one of those places that like they're the place that releases their menu every week, and their menu changes every week. They have a couple of staples that are there every week, like the fritters there every week.
Yeah.
A couple of specific donuts. They're only open, my phone's not working anymore to know their hours, but I think they're only open like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday or something, and then they kind of prepare their menu in the beginning of the week. Oh, they're so good.
Just look them up. North Country Donuts. Run, don't walk in order to get your donuts. Yeah.
Way up north in Vermont.
Just so good. Again, worth like a 2 or 3 hour trip to go up there and get it. There was also
especially considering there's so much other stuff around to do. Hikes.
There's the deli right across the street where you can go and get a delicious
Thompson's Flower Shop.
Get a delicious brekkie salmon.
Oh, map's finally loaded. Weekend only donut shop. Yeah.
So the next on the list is Thornton River Orchard and Market in Sperryville, Virginia, which we found while we were in the area visiting Shenandoah National Park.
Is that the one where she kept getting TREATs from the woman that worked there?
Yeah, that's exactly where she kept getting TREATs.
Yeah, that place was cool.
She is passed out on the bed right now. Loved the cinnamon sugar apple cider donuts. The apple fritter was really good as well. They had a lot of house-made baked goods.
Mm-hmm. That were pretty good.
House-made, like, I get that it has sugar in it, but they had, like, no sugar added, fresh pressed apple cider. They had jams and jellies. I think they had a few other things, but it was just a really cool spot. There's another place that I hesitate to list. If you're going to this area, you're going to see it. If you're in this area, I wholeheartedly recommend just going to Thornton River Orchard and Market and not wasting your time with the Apple House in Linden. Linden, Virginia is where the Apple House is, and everyone's going to tell you have to go to the Apple House. The Apple House is the best.
You can't even talk about it because we didn't even get anything. The Apple House has the best
apple cider donuts. They don't.
You don't know.
The Apple House is a tourist trap. The Apple House is a waste of time.
You didn't get anything. You can't say that.
The Apple House is...
Jake stood in line inside for maybe 5 minutes and then turned around and stormed out because the line was ridiculous.
If your idea of a good time is going to Disney World and waiting in line with a bunch of disgusting human beings that are probably as filthy as the bottom of your shoe in line for 2.5 hours for a ride that lasts 30 seconds, then please go to the Apple House and don't overcrowd Thornton River Orchard and Market so that I can go and enjoy Thornton River Orchard and Market.
You are going to drive our 5 followers away with this anger that you're displaying.
Well, you're causing it right now. So, Whitney next time can go wait in line at the Apple House because she doesn't think that Thornton River Orchard is worth it. All of you that want to listen to the other tourists and not the locals that know what they're talking about and just go stand in line with a bunch of other disgusting people, then have fun at the Apple House. Not recommended is a very surprising spot that so many people still talk about. I saw a Facebook post about this place recently with people talking about how good the crullers were at Northwoods Brewing Company in Northwood, New Hampshire.
Those were not good.
No, they were not.
Those were not good at all.
They were terrible. People, if you're ever in this area and you're looking for donuts and people say the crullers are good,
weren't they super dry? Do you remember?
Look at them, roll your eyes, and say, yeah, I'm sure you're right, and then go somewhere else. The Cookie Jar Pastry Shop in Cape Elizabeth, Maine is another one that we don't really recommend.
So we gave it an 8 out of 10.
What?
The Cookie Jar.
Maple glazed, yeast glazed, and
delicious
chocolate cake
and mapley.
donut.
Chocolate cake, bad taste. Glazed yeast, not too sweet. A little dense and inconsistent glaze amounts. Those are my notes from Donut Day. Do you have that written down?
No, I have notes that I was literally just reading until you decided to step on top of me and start reading on your own.
You told me I have permission to interrupt you during recording.
Okay, well, the Cookie Jar is not recommended. Another one on the not recommended list in Portland, Maine is Tony's Donut Shop.
Not good. Oh, that's the one. Ugh. You want me to be bitter again?
I'm letting you run this show.
Is that the one where, what did I want? They pulled some donuts. They pulled some donuts. Pulled some donuts out, and I was like, is this the right one? I was like, oh, is that fresh whatever kind of donuts? And they're like, no, we just finished defrosting those. Is that place?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I can't with that place.
Tony's is... That's where all the old timers go to drink their coffee and get their 99-cent donut. So, next is Bangor, Maine, Frank's Bake Shop and Catering.
Do we have that as not recommended?
Yeah.
We have that as recommended for breakfast sandwiches. We always went for their breakfast sandwiches. You remember that?
Breakfast Sammy's is what I have, not necessarily donuts. We don't remember the donuts, but it's favorited on our maps list, and we went multiple times, and the donuts that I'm looking at, if they're from there, look kind of pitiful. We really liked Frank's for the Brecky Sammy's, but...
If we're being honest, though, I feel like if you look at their breakfast sandwiches, they also look kind of pitiful, because they're just like a greasy, like fast food style breakfast sandwich, but they were so good.
Another tourist trap that I just do not recommend. We went once and we enjoyed it the first time we went, and I think the second time we went it was an absolute madhouse.
What state?
Vermont.
Oh, the cider mill place.
Cold Hollow Cider Mill in Waterbury Center, Vermont. Tourist trap, very crowded. There are far better cider donuts elsewhere.
But it sucks because we really liked them the first time we went.
Yeah.
Granted, that was kind of when we first discovered.
Did we get them fresh the first time we went?
I think we did.
Because we went the second time, and it was just like, grab your pre-packaged bag that's been sitting there for who knows how long, and get in line and pay and get out of the way, because we have more people here that want donuts.
Are we done with our recommended places for the Northeast?
Yeah.
We forgot one.
What?
Hold that thought. What were the cider donuts north of Laconia? That we went to once.
Oh, Good Belly or Fat Belly or
Cider Belly.
Cider Belly.
They were good.
Yeah,
and
Cider Belly were good.
We got like one flavor made to order, but not the others or something like that.
I don't know. Cider Belly's another one of those. When I get apple cider donuts, we got like a chocolate covered and a maple covered, and neither of those were good. But then we got cinnamon sugar, and the cinnamon sugar were excellent.
We said we would just get the cinnamon sugar again, because those are the ones that they were just like pumping out.
As far as like apple cider and pumpkin donuts go, all I want is apple cider. I'm not gonna get any other type of topping for my donuts anymore. One of my favorite not recommended on this list.
What does that even mean?
This was the one that left me the response to my review and said that they are quite the donut connoisseur, so they know what they're talking about, and they just don't believe that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to donuts.
Levitt's something or other. Country Bakehouse or...
Levitt's Country Bakery.
Are you impressed with that memory that I just pulled out?
Disappointing for all the rave reviews.
So many good reviews.
We got 4 cake donuts. They were all dry. I left a review about the cake donuts being dry, and the owner argued back and said that everything's made fresh. There's no way that the cake donuts were dry. I don't know what I'm talking about. The glazed yeast donut was delicious, as was the apple fritter, but it could do with more cinnamon. We also got a blueberry crumble donut that was tasty but dry as well. So
We won't go back.
no, we had already gone once, and I didn't leave a note or a review or anything, so we decided to go back and try it again. And no, it just no. So now we're moving on.
Are we done with the Northeast?
Yeah, we're done with the Northeast.
Hope we didn't miss anything.
Well, we missed one already.
Yeah, but we remembered it.
We missed Fat Belly.
Cider Belly.
Cider Belly, which I don't know if it's technically Laconia. No, it's not. It's what was the town to the north?
Pulled up. Meredith?
Meredith.
I don't even know if it's technically Meredith.
I don't know.
It is
Close enough to Meredith.
Meredith, New Hampshire.
All right, so on to the Southwest. Our first one for the Southwest is a place that we found while we were hanging out with Colin and Carrie and Barley
I feel like
in Tucson, Arizona.
I am not going to be good at remembering the Southwest places.
And
not
we
that
were
there's many of
walking
them.
we were either walking from the car to a brewery or we were walking from a brewery to a brewery to go meet Colin and Carrie. And we passed a place that had donuts all over the outside of it. And it was still open. And I think it was like 7 or 8 p.m. Batch, which is a whiskey bar, and they do donuts, and they do really good donuts.
Yeah, we really enjoyed
it a
those.
lot. We got 3 donuts. We enjoyed them very much. I didn't leave a note or a review, but I know we really enjoyed it. I would go back. One of my favorites is next on the list. Multiple locations. We went a ton of times while we were in Las Vegas.
Pink Box.
Pink Box Donuts, primarily Southern Nevada and Las Vegas, but they have other outlier locations. Pink Box is really good. I think I'm the outlier for you and me here where I really enjoy Pink Box, and there's another one on the list that's going to be covered in Portland that I really enjoy.
No, I love Pink Box.
Okay.
I love Pink Box more than Voodoo.
Voodoo.
And Pink Box was where we always went to get. We did go to Carl's too.
Yeah, Carl's is next on the list. So as far as Las Vegas goes, there's 2 big donut shops. I don't know about now because it's been years since we were in Vegas, but Pink Box was absolutely amazing. We went so many times. You would go after you got off work and bring us donuts home because we were super fat. And then Carl's Donuts was the other place that had your brownie-filled donut.
That's the only thing I remember from Carl's. And they didn't have it all the time, which was so disappointing.
And that's the note that I have in my phone for Carl's is brownie batter donut. So for Las Vegas, Pink Box and Carl's.
And then just so people know, Pink Box, I don't know where all they have locations, but they have locations, or a location at least, near St. George, Utah. So like if you're going to like Zion National Park, you can hit up some Pink Box donuts.
Yeah, we did go to that one.
Important information to know.
So we're in the Southwest right now, and it's going to get kind of confusing for California because I didn't do a California or a West Coast centrics category. We just split the country into four corners. So part of California is in the Southwest, part of California is in the Northwest. We're getting into the Southwest portion of the country that I have California in.
I feel like you're about to cause a ruckus amongst the people because I don't know what Southwest donuts we would have gotten in California.
So the issue is that what I'm calling Southern California
is still Northern California.
Is what like public school educated people that don't know how to look at a map would call Northern California.
It's Central California.
Central Coast. So I mean, draw a line at Central Coast. Call it what you want. Donut Station in Santa Cruz. People are going to hear this and be like, that's Northern.
Definitely.
That's NorCal, bro. So leave a comment. Tell me how much you hate me and how wrong I am. But we're in real Northern California, and there's a lot of Northern California before you get to the Central Coast, and the Central Coast is not Northern California. So Santa Cruz, cinnamon twist, light and fluffy, great cinnamon flavor. We really liked it. We got a glazed old-fashioned. I said the old-fashioned was a solid old-fashioned. Really good. A decent apple fritter. The center was really good, but the edges were overly crisp. I said I would get one again, but I wouldn't necessarily get one before trying other things. I think we liked donut station really well. Dunlap's Donuts is another in Santa Cruz that I have on the list. And the only thing from Dunlap's that really stood out, which is why it's on the list for the best of contender for 2025, is because that's where the strawberry mochi donut came from that was so good that we got. Yeah, that one.
I found the picture.
Very average apple fritter at Dunlap's. I think a lot of reviews say that it's the best apple fritter in town.
We disagreed.
The strawberry mochi was amazing. Their mochi donuts, I'm sure, are really good if they're anywhere near as good as the strawberry mochi, but the strawberry mochi was amazing. We got a maple cronut as well. Very good maple glaze, the right thickness and fantastic flavor. The cronut's great. I said I would definitely get it again. I think I liked it more than you. I think it was one of those that was just super sweet because of the maple.
Yeah.
And I think it might have... No, it doesn't look like it was glazed, but it might have been covered in sugar. So it might have just been sugar on top of sugar on top of sugar. This one could definitely be argued to be Northeast. I don't know. California's screwy, people. Yeah, this one, yeah, Northwest. This next one could definitely... Whitney's going to roll her eyes when I tell her what this one is. One of our best donut discoveries. Sonny's, which is Ukiah, California, which now that I think about it, could certainly be argued to be Northwest category.
That's definitely Northwest.
So...
Because that's well north of San Francisco.
Yeah, it is. So Sonny's is definitely Northwest, but it's too late for me to move this now. We are where we are. We're in the greater western portion of the United States. Really absolute hidden gem. I fell in love with the donut holes. The cinnamon twist was really good, but it was more of a cinnamon braid.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely like a different cinnamon. Are you wondering what the screeching going on outside is?
Yeah, I'm wondering if it was one of the kids that lives...
It sounds like it's coming from this way to me.
Yeah, I think
it's our new neighbors. Yay.
There are weirdos outside making noise right now.
Yeah, their cinnamon twist is definitely different. It's, like you said, more of a braid than a twist. It's a chunky boy. And then, what about, I guess we'll get to it eventually.
I'm just super distracted by whatever. I'm worried it's either Bear and he's hurt and I want to go check on him.
People.
Or if it's just like...
Or maybe it's Bear wanting attention. I don't know. Bear is our neighbor cat that has adopted us.
There are mean things that I want to say about whoever's walking around outside making this noise, but it would get me canceled. Are we still on Sonny's? I'm super distracted right now.
No, just that Sonny's was amazing.
Sonny's was amazing. All right, now
we should be able to go back to Sonny's on this next trip. That's the goal.
That was it for the Southwest.
No.
So technically...
What about the made-to-order that had the really thin glaze, Dutch Door in Carmel? Do you have that in the Northwest? Because you said it was on the list.
It is on the list.
It must be in the Northwest. Whatever, they all bleed together. We'll get there.
I'll let you start doing this stuff because you're such an expert and you love doing this so much and correcting me while we're recording an episode. We passed it somehow.
Oh, did we really?
Yeah.
So Dutch Door, do you have the location? Is it in Carmel?
I'm looking for it, babe. Oh, we passed it. It was after Carl's Donuts, and then I jumped past that to go to Donut Station in Santa Cruz. So yeah, Dutch Door Donuts is Carmel by the Sea, California.
They're just so sad looking.
Yeah.
But they were yummy. We got the miso caramel and the chocolate covered glaze. They're made to order, and they're full size made to order, much like Whole in Asheville. But the flavor was really good, but their glaze was just because they're made to order. The glaze they're hot when they glaze them, and the glaze just like runs off of them.
Yeah, I mean, they were good, but they did not accurately reflect the donuts they had on display for when you were ordering in the case that were like their perfect
Yeah.
They're perfect display donuts.
That they obviously let cool before they glaze them. But I would go back, especially for that miso caramel. That was our first time ever trying miso caramel anything because we see that all over.
Yeah, the miso caramel was really good.
What show is that popular on?
What, MasterChef?
Bake Off.
Oh, is it on Bake Off?
There was one that liked to do miso caramel, I think. What's her name?
The girl.
Ruby.
Oh, is it Ruby?
I think it was
that
Ruby.
The miso? I thought it was.
I could be wrong.
I thought it was the one that did all the anime stuff.
She might have too.
I can't remember her name right now.
I can't. Kim Joy?
Kim Joy. All right, so Northwest.
God, this is going to be rough. We've had so many donuts up here.
Your favorite apple fritter?
Big Dog.
Big Dog. Ugh. Big Dog Donuts in Delhi. Miss Deb, if you listen to this episode and you've made it this far, I know you keep saying you're going to make it over there. I don't know if she listens to the podcast. She watches our YouTube stuff. She watches our videos.
We'll just have to bring one back next time we go if she hasn't been.
Well, I need to ask her what she wants. She said Mr. Larry wants a cinnamon roll. I don't know, or maybe she said she wants a cinnamon roll.
Do they do cinnamon rolls? Are you talking about Big Dog?
They do, don't they?
I have no idea.
I think they do.
I've never looked at anything. I mean, we've gotten like a buttermilk. We got buttermilk. We didn't get a buttermilk bar. We got the buttermilk donut holes, and they were not mind-blowing. All it is we just go for their apple fritter, and it's...
We've gotten a chocolate cake, we've gotten an old-fashioned, we've got a yeast glazed, we've gotten a maple bar, we've got apple fritters, we've gotten maple glazed apple fritters.
They look so ridiculous.
Breakfast burritos, we've gotten the milk donut holes.
All I feel the need to get when we go is an apple fritter.
The apple fritters are really good.
So
the apple
good.
Fritters are definitely the way to go for us at Big Dog. So, I mean, it's just... We love Big Dog. We go every chance we get.
Did we say where they are? Florence, right?
Is in Florence, Oregon.
Okay, sorry.
Sugar Shack Bakery in Reedsport, Oregon. We've had their stuff. I think the first time we had their stuff was at River Roasters in Florence because they carry Sugar Shack donuts, and that's where we got the chocolate maple fritter for the first time. And then we went to Sugar Shack looking for the chocolate maple fritter, and they didn't have it. So we got an apple fritter that had walnuts in it. Was that it?
Yeah.
We'll absolutely get the walnut apple fritter from now on when we're passing by. It was really good. The service there is hit or miss.
I don't remember having any issues.
The first woman that we went, I think I left my review talking about how I don't understand how somebody could be so miserable working at a donut shop.
They're not allowed to eat all the donuts.
But Sugar Shack Bakery is really good. I really enjoy it. Whitney really enjoys it. Another one I think is one of the most interesting on the list as far as I'm concerned. One of the most interesting with one of the most friendly owners.
Lincoln City?
Lincoln City Donuts and Coffee in Lincoln City, Oregon. Excellent service, very friendly and welcoming. He did a great job of explaining how his donuts are different than what we might expect and what to expect.
And didn't he give us... He only does a few flavors, and didn't he give us a donut hole of each flavor to try before we ordered?
Yeah, he gave us donut holes in order to give us an idea about what to get. We got a cinnamon twist, and it was a small cinnamon twist. It's not like a regular full-size cinnamon twist. It was like mini.
Yeah.
So we got that. The apple fritter was really cool because he makes his own apple compote,
I would think.
And it was good. I mean, it had one of the most distinctive apple flavors as far as an apple fritter goes. It wasn't the best apple fritter we've ever had, but as far as apple flavor in an apple fritter goes, I think it's the best apple flavor. And it had like a toothsome texture. It wasn't just like mush. Like you get an apple fritter and there's no apple texture to it.
It's like apple pie filling type.
Yeah, his actually had, like, you could tell that it was apple pieces.
And I feel like he told us what kind of apples he used, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he uses like a specific kind of apple that he thinks is the best flavor for his apple fritters or something like that.
He definitely did say that, and I don't remember what it was. So the next that we got is the maple glaze. We enjoyed it. It was the thinner glaze that I prefer. Overall, we really enjoyed him. I think he's the only donut shop in town. So as far as donuts in Lincoln City goes, you have a good donut shop in Lincoln City to go to, which is kind of cool. But it's not going to be exactly what you expect because he uses an Italian dough, and he said it imparts kind of like an orangey, citrusy, lemony flavor.
I would definitely say it's more of like a traditional style donut, but done in kind of an artisanal way.
Yeah.
So it almost feels like a little bit fancier donut.
Brookings.
Honeybee
Bakery.
Which is what we'll be having this donut day.
Yes.
In a couple weeks.
We're going to have quite a donut day because Whitney has to work and I'm just going to go overboard on donuts. So we got Honeybee. We like Honeybee.
They're so solid.
I don't know if we've ever gotten anything that we didn't like. We've gotten stuff that we prefer other things more. So we've gotten things before and been like, I don't need to get that again because I prefer other stuff more.
We very consistently get their cake donuts and their cinnamon rolls, which their cinnamon rolls are like a donut style cinnamon roll, like a fried.
Yeah, and we go back and forth between the cream cheese and the maple because they do both.
And they do, I think, just a plain.
Yeah.
But we always get a cream cheese or a
and the
maple.
last time we were in there was around Christmas because the girl working gave us a free eggnog-filled donut.
Yeah.
It's been that long since we've been in there. It's May and we haven't been back to Honeybee.
Is that
You trying
true?
to remember if we've been back since then?
Yeah, I'm trying not to contradict you, but I was thinking about flipping through my photos to see, because that's so long ago. We need to remedy
No, we could have
this.
possibly been back there since then. I'm not sure. That's just what I remember. It's hard to keep up with when we go to Honeybee. Honeybee's close enough. We try not to go too much.
It's close enough, but it's far enough, which is good.
It's close enough that if we're like, oh, we want donuts, we can go to Honeybee, and it's far enough that it keeps us from like
going on a weekly basis.
Yeah, but it's also one of those like we could go on a weekly basis and we don't. We don't even go on a monthly basis. So I think we do a better job of staying under control whenever we're here and we feel like we're at home. Like, we still get stuff. Like, you ate Milky Ways a little while ago. I ate some Big Cup Reese's because I wanted some treats from the store after we had a special dinner, so I feel like it only made sense that we had some little treats for dessert. I don't know why I didn't go get anything like...
Barefoot Baker.
Ooh, yeah, I don't know why I didn't get Barefoot Baker, and then I was also tempted to go over to Fort Dick and get a cinnamon roll.
I'd rather a cookie over that cinnamon roll, personally.
Next on the list is Crescent City's Donut Shop.
Lily's Little Bakery?
Lily's Little Bakery, which Miss Deb was asking me about the other day, and I told her that I would go back to Fort Dick and get cinnamon rolls and other baked goods from Fort Dick before I went to Lily's.
And we disagree on that because... Do you remember, I know it's more work, but do you remember when we made our own cream cheese frosting?
I told Miss Deb a little while ago that if we had our way, we would go get Lily's cinnamon rolls and make our own cream cheese frosting.
So I would honestly rather do that than go back to Fort Dick.
Oh, would you really?
Personally, just because I told you that's the style.
But you're not going to do it.
But you can do it.
No, you're not going to want to do it.
You don't need a bunch of ingredients for cream cheese frosting.
No, you're not going to want to do it because your brain is going to take over and you'll be like, no, it's too many calories. We shouldn't do that.
No, because it's delicious and we did it and I don't regret it at all and I would do it again.
So Lily's, it's supposed to be for donuts. We don't necessarily care for their donuts. Her apple fritters aren't our favorites.
But they're good.
They're good.
We
They're
like
not
their
our
fritters.
favorites.
She also does, I think, maybe it's not a year-round thing, I'm not sure, but I think she does peach fritters.
Oh, I was thinking blueberry.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
Lemon blueberry or something.
You're right.
But no,
their donuts are fine. Their cinnamon rolls are definitely my favorite thing.
For how much everything costs over there, I'd rather just go get cinnamon rolls and not spend all the money on donuts that I'm not necessarily crazy about.
We definitely, if we're going to get donuts when we're at our home base, we definitely prefer going to Honeybee.
The next on the list is one of my newly discovered favorites that we just got back from a trip. Y'all haven't even heard an episode about this place because...
Oh.
This is from our most recent trip that as of the recording, we're recording on May 23rd. And the trip that I'm talking about, we got back from on
the 19th.
May 19th. So we went and did our season opener paddleboarding trip, which you're going to hear about that
2 weeks after you listen to this.
Here, before you actually hear the episode, which is going to come out later than the donut episode.
It won't be 2 weeks because we have a couple of other episodes recorded. My bad.
So the donut mill in Eureka, California, I don't think Whitney enjoyed quite as much as me. The donut holes were average. They were not They're not Sonny's donut holes. The apple fritter is what stands apart for me. I think it's just one of those, like, it is as close to my ideal apple fritter. It's not any closer to a perfect apple fritter than other places are. It's as close to an apple fritter as other places. So I think that's why this is one of my favorites, just because there are only a handful of places that absolutely nail, in my mind, what my favorite apple fritter is. And the Donut Mill nailed it. We also got it's not on here for some reason. I don't know why. We got a crusted cake donut.
A crumb covered.
And Whitney has me addicted to crumb covered donuts now. She got us one at Depot Bakery that was so good. And then I got one at Donut Mill and it was really good. We got a glazed old fashioned and it was quite tasty. I enjoyed it very much.
I might have only taken... Didn't we go there twice?
Yes.
I only took pictures once, I guess. That's sad. Are you looking at pictures?
Yeah, but I'm wondering if I got...
We've got a chocolate covered, we've got a crumb coated, donut holes, and a fritter, and I didn't take a picture the second day. Did you?
Oh, yeah, I did. But I think I have my notes mixed up for other stuff. I'm not sure what I have going on right here. So the crumb coated was really good. The second day we got a glazed yeast, and the glazed yeast was fantastic.
Yeah,
I said it
was
reminded me a lot of Mary Lee.
Just
like
traditional,
ideal, super solid. We got a chocolate covered, and we both really enjoyed the chocolate covered.
Because we got it twice, because we got it the first day too.
Yeah, so Donut Mill, I love Donut Mill.
Just another standard donut shop.
Unfortunately, I don't see us going back to the Eureka area.
That's not Eureka, it's Reading.
What am I? Eureka.
Are you screwed up?
I am screwed up. Oh man, now I want to go back and erase like the last... Now I know what I'm thinking of. Yeah, I'm so confused.
Donut Mill
Donut Mill is the one in Eureka where we got the fresh apple fritter that you didn't like
because it was greasy,
falling apart and greasy, and you said oily. So apparently you just don't like fresh apple fritters, because you have yet to have a warm apple fritter that you have anything good to say
Yeah, I don't like them as much. I like them to be room temp.
Oh man, so sorry people, we're gonna get to this in a minute. I was talking about Donut House in Redding, California. This is Donut Mill in Eureka, California. Now I'm all caught up.
That is confusing, Donut Mill and Donut House.
So now I'm all caught up. The donut holes were just okay at Donut Mill in Eureka. The apple fritter was fresh. I really enjoyed it. It was heavier and definitely had like a greasy, oily texture, but it didn't taste and feel of like greasy oil or anything. I think Whitney just didn't like the slickness of it or something, but you give me a fresh donut, especially a fresh apple fritter, I'm going to absolutely destroy it. Glazed old-fashioned, good crisp exterior with a soft interior, good donut. I wouldn't have to have it again. It's not my favorite old-fashioned I've ever had. The old-fashioned at Donut House in Reading was better. I'm going to have this is just a loss, this whole thing.
People are going to be like, I have no idea where we're talking about right now.
We're at the Donut Mill in Eureka right now, people. Not to be confused with one of my favorites, which is...
Stop. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah. So we're done with Donut Mill. We're moving on to Depot Bakery and Gleneden
Gleneden what?
I only made it to Gleneden Beach, Oregon.
Which is where I introduced you to crumb covered.
Which is where you introduced me to the donut crusted cake donut. I like donut crusted donut more than crumb coated. We got an apple fritter. It's not an apple fritter that I would go back for, but it was good. I wouldn't say no to another. It's not one of my favorites, but it was good. The donut crusted cake donut or the crumb donut was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if it was my favorite. We also got the Turtle Bismarck, which was a caramel-filled chocolate and pecan-covered donut. And I said the filling tasted more like coffee. But I enjoyed it either way. I thought it was really good. I actually liked that and the crumb donut the most. All right. Now to make everything even more confusing. Now it's time for Donut House. Donut House in Redding, California is one of my favorite new discoveries.
Which we went to on our last trip.
Oh, we just went through all this. And everybody's going to be like, I thought we already said this.
And we went to it twice. And I only took a picture one day.
So this is the trip we just got back from. This is the donut house that I like so much, that I enjoyed so much, with one of my favorite apple fritters. We went not 2 days in a row. We went one day, and then we didn't go the next day, and then we went the day after that, right? Because I have in my notes that we went on the 17th and the 19th. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's what I have in my notes. You can refute me at a later date if you would like to.
I can't, since I didn't take pictures both times.
Apple fritter, really good fritter, like near perfect for me. Chocolate covered yeast donuts, just the slightest crisp exterior with a fluffy, slightly chewy interior. Really, really good. Chocolate glazed chocolate cake donut. Good, not great. Crumb cake donut. We got 2 of them. I really enjoyed them. Donut holes. I enjoyed them. They're not the best donut holes in the world. They're not Sonny's donut holes, as I said before when I thought we were talking about this, but we were actually talking about... Stop. So the donut holes are decent. Just an all-around amazing donut shop. Nothing crazy, cheap. Mm-hmm. Like, I went in there and it was like $5 for all the donuts that we got on both days. It was nothing crazy expensive. So good. Just solid donuts. Surprise, amazing donut that we almost didn't get. It was the last one in the case.
Il Forno
Bakery in Garberville, California.
We've talked about this one before because it was
because I called it Gaberville, and then you said it's Garberville.
And it was... We were on our trip. That was our Pinnacles trip, right? We were on our way down, and I was like, I want a donut.
Yeah.
So I got on Google Maps and searched donuts, and this place came up with good reviews. So we stopped, and they had one left, and I was like, that donut doesn't look very good. Looking at that picture now, I'm like, oh, that donut was so good.
Vanilla glazed sprinkle donut, super soft, like stupid soft.
It was
like soft doesn't even begin to describe it. Think of a soft donut. It was softer.
It was almost marshmallowy, but not that like nasty chewiness, but like that just kind of, it was so squishy.
But not doughy.
No.
Like, I think some people might hear that and be like, oh, it was doughy. No, it was fully cooked, 100%. It was not doughy at all.
Unlike the biscuits we got recently.
It was, yeah. It was the softest donut. Outside of like a fresh, out of the fryer, fresh glazed, fresh Mary Lee glazed donut. Like,
that's a really good description because it literally, like, it melted in your mouth even though it wasn't fresh out the fryer.
Right. It had been sitting there all morning because all of its brothers and sisters had been sold. Like, it was the last unadopted little redhead kid that no one wanted.
Is that what we did? We adopted it?
Yeah, we had...
Was it the redheaded stepchild that we adopted and then ate because we didn't like it? But we did like it.
So it was really good. Il Forno's cool. We got other stuff from there that we didn't enjoy as much, but the donut was really good, and this is Donut Day, so this is what we're talking about. The next one has kind of mixed emotions, because years ago in Portland, Oregon, for Donut Day, Whitney walked into a donut shop, and they were walking out of the back of the shop with fresh chocolate dipped donuts, and Whitney got one and ate it and immediately went back in and got another and ate it, and has been dreaming of this donut for years. And then we went back on the Dumpling Day trip for Portland, and the experience did not live up to memorable expectations.
I mean, it just wasn't a fresh donut, and when it's not fresh, it just wasn't great.
So, Cocoa Donuts in Portland, Oregon, they have multiple locations. So people obviously like them. So, I don't know. Good donuts. I think we had better donuts in Portland. We've also been to Dough Donuts and Ice Cream in Portland, which I think all of their stuff is vegan. Mm-hmm. We got a traditional chocolate And I would say we got a traditional chocolate glazed and we got a coffee dipped old fashioned. And the chocolate glazed had like weird rice type sprinkles on it. The whole thing was kind of an interesting experience. I said I wouldn't have called vegan. It was good, but it was different. If for some reason you're vegan and you want a donut, then Dough Donuts is absolutely the place to go. The coffee dipped donut, old fashioned, Whitney and I greatly differed on opinions. I loved it. She hated it. I thought it was super moist with a ridiculous coffee flavor, and you
Thought it was so dry.
Whitney thought
dry
it was
and crunchy.
dry and crunchy, so we obviously differed on that. Possibly my favorite donuts in Portland. Made to order. Pips.
Oh, it's been so long.
Pips Original Donuts and Chai is the name of the business. Pips is one of those, if you talk to a local or if you talk to somebody that knows about Portland and you start talking about donuts, they're going to say Pips. And if they don't say Pips, then I don't know.
It's probably because they think it's a tourist trap and don't want to send you to a tourist trap.
I guess maybe.
But it's so
you
good,
have to
so
wait
it's
in
not
line.
really a...
Like, it's easy to be like, you have to wait in line, so it's a tourist trap, but it's not a trap.
Because they're
Like,
good.
I think tourist trap, and I'm just like, pff,
Gotcha.
You can wait in line for an hour and pay $60, but you're not going to enjoy it. It's not going to be worth it. I would wait in line at Pips for 2 hours and pay $60 and be happy. I'd say, thank you, can I have more?
I don't know if you would wait in line for 2 hours.
I don't know, it's a long time, but Pips was really good. I enjoyed Pips. I think Pips is amazing. Thinking about it right now, if I had nothing else to do and I wanted Pips and the line was 2 hours and it was the only day that I could go, whatever, I'll wait in line for 2 hours for Pips.
Do you remember
You don't have to wait. I'll eat yours.
Do you remember how impressed we were?
With the bacon? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the bacon
They had
was
like
stupid good.
crispy, crunchy bacon on their donuts.
It was so good. And we only got one. We shared one miniature Pips bacon donut.
Yeah, because we were only getting 6 donuts and they had 6
we
flavors.
got one of each flavor.
Wouldn't let me get a dozen.
It was the bad choice. Rest in peace, the next one, which we really enjoyed a lot. Nola Donuts.
Oh, yeah. Nola, they did croissant donuts. I don't know if that's what they called them, but that's what they did. And they are not open anymore, but we only were able to get one flavor. I don't even remember what it was, but it was really good.
Amazing croissant donut. Had a touch of honey, and it was so flaky and moist with a wonderful amount of glaze.
Yeah, that thing was drowning in glaze.
It was
I do
so
remember
good.
that.
Probably the most interesting and unique from our donut day in Portland years ago, OG Donut Day, is Makiko Mochi Donuts.
That was our first time having Mochi donuts.
Yeah, and then it's funny because I look at these and these just look like regular donuts. They're not like the little bubble donuts like what you're used to with Mochi Donuts. First donuts we ever tried. We were not disappointed. We got the triple chocolate, the yuzu vanilla funfetti, and the passion fruit. The flavors were phenomenal, and the donuts had a dense, chewy texture. We didn't go back when we were there for Dumpling Week, and I'm not sure it was because... What?
I mean, we only went to Coco because we were driving past and you saw it and you're like, oh, we're going.
Yeah, I guess that's true. We didn't go to any places that we had been before. I guess we were trying to do other stuff.
Like eat a bunch of dumplings.
Yeah, we ate dumplings, so we didn't have to make it into a donut trip. Rest in peace for the next one on the list also. Phil's Donuts.
Also from Donut Day.
Crazy selection of filled donuts. I guess we don't need to talk about this too much. Phil's is closed, but we enjoyed it a lot. Helen Bernard Bakery in Portland, Oregon, which I feel like is another one that a lot of people recommend. A lot of people like it. It's more of like a traditional donut, old school bakery.
With like a huge variety of stuff.
Lots of options for donuts. We had their yeast raised and they were really good. Their cake donuts were nice and moist. It's a good place if you just want to have a variety of good traditional donuts. One of our most recent discoveries with one of the most unique donuts that we've had in a while. Every day is a donut day.
Oh,
in Beaverton, Oregon.
What was that? It was
We got
walnut.
the Dutch apple fritter.
Oh, that's what it was.
So Dutch apple fritter, it's not glazed. It has a like maple frosting, and then that is covered in what I think looks like pecans.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was walnuts or pecans.
It was really good. I enjoyed it very much. They had chocolate cake donut holes, and I loved. I would go back just for the chocolate cake donut holes. And then we also got a maple bar, very soft, good maple glaze. Would get again. We enjoyed everything from every day's a donut day, not just every day is donut day. And I think if you look it up on Google Maps, it might be called Donut Day.
It just comes up as Donut Day.
So if you look in Beaverton, Oregon, and just search for donuts, then you're gonna see Donut Day. But if you go on Instagram, I think their handle is Every Day is a Donut Day. And then Whitney's showing me a picture of the delicious quesabirria or queso taco, or birria quesadilla that we got from
Beery Area PDX.
Beery Area PDX food truck that shares a parking lot with Donut Day. So go and get a quesabirria to go with your donuts. Giant glazed donut.
Is that my clue?
Giant glazed donut. Pretzel.
Locals.
Locals, donuts. I'm going to list a couple of cities. They are in a food truck. They are nomadic. Check their social media to know where they are and where they're going to be. Eugene, Albany, Salem. Check their social media for their schedule. Locals, donuts. The glazed donut is absolutely amazing. We've already covered this in one of the episodes, right? Yeah. So you've already heard this recently. Locals was fantastic. Whitney wants the blackberry special donut again. The pretzel was very good. We would go again. We would get everything we got again.
It's such a photogenic donut.
It is.
Like, that's a great picture.
That is a really good picture.
Especially with the dog in the background.
The dog in the window.
But the donut just looks delicious.
The next spot was really good for donut holes. It was on that same trip from...
Oh, the truck?
Yeah, the donut bar in Monmouth, Oregon. Again, we covered this recently. The apple fritter was really just a glazed fritter. There was no apple or spice characteristic to it, so if that's your thing, get the apple fritter. Whitney's going to say that the glaze was amazing because the glaze was chunky and got into all the nooks and crannies.
There was so much glaze.
Their glaze was really good. How they glaze their donuts, you and I really like, because I like a thick,
healthy
glaze, and she thick with 3 C's. And then their donut holes, which were just swimming in...
Yeah, it was another one of those places where they just put their donut holes in like a little paper boat and then just pour the glaze over the top, so they're just sitting in a pool of glaze.
And we got fresh donut holes, so
yes.
We got really lucky. We didn't get a fair representation of their donut holes because she had donut holes proofing that were about to be ready, so she made us fresh glazed donut holes, and they were amazing. I would go back for sure. It was so good. Chubby Little Mermaid.
Your favorite place.
I love Chubby Little Mermaid. Their maple whales are amazing.
That's the one thing we get literally every time we go.
Yeah, we'll get a maple whale every time we go. I still need to try one of their chocolate style donuts. And then I like their cakes.
Most of the time.
Well, I don't even know if the last one I got was a cake. I don't know if she knew what she was talking about. I think she was just the help. So I'm not exactly sure she was well informed as to what she was selling me, because when I look at their menu for that day, it was like a fancy square donut, and I don't know if that means it was a cake donut. It wasn't good, so it's disappointing if it was, because the cake donut that I got before that was a Biscoff cookie butter cake donut, was amazing. But yeah, y'all have heard us go blue in the face talking about Chubby Little Mermaid.
Because it's fortunately or unfortunately something we drive past very regularly on trips.
Favorite donuts in Spokane?
The cider ones?
Yes, the pumpkin. You're not going to remember the name. Beck's Harvest House in Colbert, Washington. / like the northern Spokane area. It opens today. As of today, May 23rd recording, so it will be open for National Donut Day. Opened officially today, May 23rd, for the season. Amazing fresh-made pumpkin donuts, worth absolutely every calorie. But please, 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 give the donuts like 5 minutes to cool down, because you will burn off every square inch of flesh in your mouth.
This is one of those places, did you say already? It's Mini Donuts, and it's one of those little places that like you watch them slide
belt
down the conveyor belt, and then they flip into the sugar, and then they throw them in a bag for you and hand them to you.
They cannot make them fast enough.
Literally, you'll probably have to stand in line.
I think it's limited to 12 a person or 24 a person. Another one, again, if you listen to Jake rants, you're going to be like, oh, well, by your definition, it's a tourist trap. It's not, because I would wait in line for 2 hours and pay $60, and then I would do it again, because they're that good. Pips and Beck's. If you really want the difference, go to Pips and go to Beck's and enjoy yourself, and then go to the Apple House or whatever it is that Whitney wants me to endorse so much, and you'll spot the difference.
It always stresses me out when we talk about how good something is.
And then if anyone goes and they don't enjoy it.
Well, no, when we haven't been in years to know if they've changed. Like, we haven't been to Pips since 2022. We haven't been to Beck's since 2021.
Yeah.
Like, what if they're not good anymore?
They're still delicious.
They better still be delicious. If you go, let us know.
Mike's Old Fashioned Donuts in Spokane Valley, Washington. We went multiple times, very highly rated. No reviews or notes for us to use, but we have a picture that looks like an apple fritter that Whitney already took a big ol' honkin' bite out of.
If it's a big ol' honkin' bite, it was probably you.
A maple bar, a cream filled for Whitney, and then it looks like 2 glazed donuts, because this possibly is from a time where Jake wasn't sharing food all that well, so Whitney felt the need to get him his own glazed donut. I don't know, not much to say. It's not a place that we really remember, and I don't have any notes to really go off of.
But we went multiple times, so it couldn't have been bad.
Voodoo Donuts, multiple locations across the country, primarily around Portland. What?
Do you not know what this face is for?
What? Because I got a fritter that I liked so much?
Instead of?
So, I don't remember where I saw it, but I decided I was going to go to Voodoo. I got all worked up. I told Whitney I was going to go to Voodoo, and I was going to get the Elvis Presley donut. I think they call it the King or something, and it's an apple fritter covered in peanut butter with a peanut butter drizzle and a chocolate drizzle.
And bananas.
And chocolate chips. And then I went into Voodoo the morning that we were there. We were going up to Vancouver to go walk around on the waterfront after Dumpling Day, after the Super Bowl. And I walked into Voodoo, and I saw the King, or whatever the name of it is, and I was super intimidated, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like it. This is a lot. And then I looked at the apple fritter, and I was like, dang, that looks like a really good apple fritter. So I'm just going to go with the apple fritter, because Whitney likes apple fritters, and there's a better chance that she's going to enjoy this and I'm going to enjoy this, because this other one just looks like too much.
The people of Reddit said that the peanut butter banana thing was the only thing worth getting.
The people of Reddit have also said if you want a glazed donut, you may as well go to the grocery store, because they all taste the same.
That was one person that said that.
Reddit said that.
One person on Reddit. A bunch of people on Reddit said the peanut butter banana thing.
I can find a bunch of people on Reddit that say a bunch of things.
Yes, but we found these people already. And you went in for it, and then you...
So Whitney's butt hurt because she didn't enjoy the apple fritter as much as me, and I said it was one of my favorite apple fritters, so I think she's just upset that she missed out on not getting something that she enjoyed as much as I enjoyed something. So I went into Voodoo. I was the one that wanted to go to Voodoo. I got what I wanted in the moment at Voodoo, and I immensely enjoyed it. I have no regrets. Whitney can go inside and make her own decisions the next time we go to Voodoo Donuts, and she can get a king, and I can get a plain apple fritter, and everyone will be happy. But we've been before. We went to Voodoo during Donut Day in Portland, Oregon.
And it was fun.
And it was fine. We enjoyed it. But I like their apple fritter. All right, we're just about done. We're on our not recommended list for... What?
That's disappointing. We should have done our not recommended list for the PNW first so that we could go out on a high note.
Yeah, but we're going to go out on a low note. We're going to go through it pretty quick. Joe Nuts in Albany, Oregon.
Yeah.
Not much to say. If you find yourself in Albany, Oregon, and you want a donut and you go to Joe Nuts, get the maple pecan apple fritter. It's the best thing I can say.
We got.
Don't get a cinnamon twist. Retro Donuts in Spokane, Washington. Highly rated. A lot of people like them. I don't think they're worth the price. And if there's anything that anyone can say about me when it's my time, it's that I was perfectly willing to spend lots of money on things that were worth the calories. And Retro Donuts just isn't worth the calories. So, sorry, Retro. Gears Up in Silverton, Oregon. Just made to order mini donuts that were very unimpressive. And I guess this is the one that I have the most to say about, but I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Dough Hook Bake Shop in Salem, Oregon employs some of the most useless and incompetent individuals I can ever imagine being paid to perform a job that they are immensely unqualified to do.
The important question is the photo of this donut going to make the cut for the post?
So the only photo from a not recommended donut shop that's going to make it onto the post is this one.
Is it in your note?
I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at a donut that is stuck to the lid of a to-go box. I'm about to start swearing, so we're moving on to the next one. I can't. Look forward to the just chaos that is the tomfoolery that came out of the brilliance of the individual that got paid to do this. And they never even responded to my review. That kind of irks me a little bit. Donuts Plus in Portland, Oregon. This is the last one. This is it. Donuts Plus, very standard donut shop. The Boston cream pie donut was really good, but the glazed donut was dry, and the blueberry cake donut felt saturated in oil. I think this was the first one we went to on Donut Day that was just like the very basic donut shop, nothing special.
Yeah, I remember it.
And I don't remember if it was like average rated or highly rated.
I think it was pretty highly rated, like a 4.7-ish.
I feel like it's one of those shops that if you find and you really like and they do what you like really well, then people latch on to it.
We gave them a 5.5 out of 10 on Donut Day.
So we didn't give them very much. Yeah, I don't know. That's the end of the list. That's Donut Day. It's National Donut Day. You're listening to this. If you're listening to this the week that this comes out, if you're listening to this the day it comes out, which is what you should be doing, then they have, 4 days to prepare? For Donut Day.
Go get some donuts June 6th.
So this is the thing, people. I never ask anyone to interact with us on social media. I don't ask y'all to do anything, ever. And for the most part, I won't. I can't say I never will because I am. What am I going to say?
But we want you to tag us in your donut pictures on Donut Day.
I want you to go get donuts. Go get a donut. If you don't want donuts, go get a donut hole. Go get something. Support a local donut shop for National Donut Day. Get a donut. Hashtag the Audacious Coddiwomplers. Hashtag National Donut Day. At us, please. Share it with us in messages if you would like. Tag us. I just want to see people eating donuts. And I know there's only going to be like 1 or 2 of you that listen to this in time to go and get Mama, go get a donut. Mama.
But does she need to get a donut or does she need to get the donut hole boat?
Well, I don't know. I don't want to tell her to get what you and I would get because her and Buddy might not want what you and I would get. But go get a donut.
Also, go get your donuts, and when you tag us, tell us where they're from so that we can look at them and add them to our map.
Exactly. Yeah,
we need to know where they're from.
We need more
That's
donut.
Important.
We need more donut places added. So, tag us, send us something, get a donut for Donut Day. And even if you listen to this afterward, please tag us for donuts. Anytime you have a donut, tag us for donuts. Send us donuts.
I accept that.
Anything. Like, I think this is the first time I'm actually asking people to interact with us on social media. Anytime you have a donut is a fitting time to tag TAC, the Audacious
Or just like
Coddiwomplers.
a good baked good or a good burger. But just tag us in your food stuff.
Yeah, just tag us in your food stuff. Just automatically whenever you do food stuff. If you don't, even if you don't play on social media, but you have social media and you play around on it, take a picture and just send us a picture and tell us what it is, where it came from, and whether or not we need to go. Because we need recommendations.
We're like dogs. We're very food motivated.
We are very food motivated. All right, an hour and 40 minutes, or an hour and 39 minutes, but I think that's good for National Donut Day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I was sitting here trying to think. I feel like we didn't cover as many donuts in the Northwest as what we've had. Like,
Well,
it just didn't feel like we talked about that many different places, but
some of the
can't.
places that should have been in the Northwest, I had in the Southwest.
But I even still thinking about those places, like I feel like we missed stuff, but I'm racking my brain and I can't think of anything that we missed. It just didn't feel like it was enough.
Yeah, I don't know.
That just means we need to go have more donuts.
It does. All right. Tell the people bye, and we'll talk to them next time.
Bye.
Bye.